What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking about my 48-gallon The Grudge Aquascape using Manzanita and elephant stone. Today is actually 3 months in. I'm supposed to do an update about it, showing you guys how the plant growth is, yada yada, but this tank is definitely not up to par yet, mainly due to my negligence. And in this video, we're gonna go over the few things that I messed up in handling this tank that led to what it is today, which is a algae infested mess. I mean, it's not too crazy. It was crazy even before, but let's do it. Let's go over it. Month 1, I used the Vivid 2. Month 2, I used the Twinstar 900S Lite 2. Now I'm using the Twinstar 900S Lite 3. And it is definitely a mistake to continually swap lights that are like completely different, because you have to make sure everything else that you do within the tank is complementing the light. Everything has to work in tandem, and everything has to be, magic word, balance. When you always swapping out lights every month, it's not going to be balanced. So pick something, stick to it, and just hone in. When I was doing water changes for the first couple of months, I was actually being super lazy about it. You know, I didn't really get in there with a turkey baster to kind of drum up all of the decaying matter, the detritus, the fish poop. I was literally sticking the tube in there, suck water out, put water back in, and wipe off the glass. Obviously, that is a mistake because there is excess nutrients in the tank, and that doesn't really help with algae. That actually helps with algae. It doesn't really help with getting rid of algae. That's what I meant. Some of the Manzanita wood actually had bark on it, red bark. I figured it wouldn't be that big of an issue just because I didn't have that many. The Manzanita wood with the red bark on it was rotting, but at the same time, I wasn't really cleaning this tank like I should, and that led to a ammonia spike. Next time when you get a Manzanita or any type of wood, make sure it is properly treated, especially Manzanita. Make sure you get the sandblasted Manzanitas. I read this article. They were going over all of the medias that people use for their filter. Now, in the article, what I read was 60 PPI sponges actually perform better than Matrix and ceramic ring. I was like, you know what? I'm curious to test that. So I took out a shelf out of the OA's Biomaster that had like ceramic rings, and I replaced these ceramic rings with a sponge. Then I threw it back in thinking, you know, the beneficial bacteria will kind of like propagate in time. No. Oh, the other thing is, when I was using the sponge, the water flow was drastically cut. Not drastic as like, oh, there's no more flow, but it's noticeable. While I did that, that was the same time the bark from the Manzanita was rotting. And that was at the same time when I wasn't really properly maintaining this particular tank. So all of that in combination, plus me swapping in and out the light, was really killing the tank. Also during that time, I would say my fertilization schedule was pretty on point until it got to the point where I wanted to make the rest pop a little bit more. One thing I figure I do is increase iron, but that caused me a bit of staghorn and BBA. Algae. Every time I say the word algae, I just want to. You know, we all mess up every now and then. Life gets to us, and we're just not all there. I got the final light for this, the Twinstar 900S Lite 3. That's gonna be the indefinite life for this particular tank, at least for this particular scape. And when I maintain the tank these days, I'm going in there, I'm sucking out the poop, I'm going into the sand, like I'm doing heavy duty scrubbing, elbow grease all day. Other thing I did, scrubbed off all of the rotting bark from all of the branches. And for the media, I took out the sponge just because I noticed the flow was kind of like slowed down. So I replaced it with the O-ring, and I noticed the flow is much better. And of course with ferts, slowly increase your ferts over time, and don't do something drastic like adding iron. Iron for me, in my experience, is anytime I've overdosed in iron, I've noticed an increase in red algae, staghorn, BBA, algae. As long as the plants are growing well, everything else is solvable. It is a tough hobby, but I gotta tell you, it is super enjoyable when you defeat all the obstacles, and the tank is looking super beautiful. And that's what I'm looking forward to for this tank. I figure I give it a month more, really put in that elbow grease, really dial in on the fertilizer, and we should be seeing way better results in a month from now. Well, with that said, let's do some maintenance. Just a quick review, identify the problem, figure out a solution, keep grinding. And I guarantee you the result will be phenomenal. Thank you guys for watching. If you like videos like this, thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not. Leave a comment below and share this video with a whole bunch of friends.